Hello and welcome back to History Check, the show where I retell the most recent events of our ongoing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, Bards and Nobles, which we play every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/D&D Roll Call. In our last session, our heroes had some downtime finally, time to relax, recuperate, and do things around the capital that they wanted to do without worry of body swapping or murderers or a demon lord who wants to see their very end. But they had time. So during this time, they each went and did their own individual tasks or ways to make money or fun things they wanted to do. Chet sold 2 of his magical items, his Eyes of Charming, his glasses that he used, and then his gloves of missile snaring, which he never used, and made quite a pretty penny on those, as well as tutoring the aristocratic children who were studying to get into the School of Magic for the fall, which was coming up rather soon. Morena, on the other hand, spent the majority of her time relaxing, while off and on going and looking at the back alleys and connections in the underbelly of the city, and ran into a small ragtag group of alley kids who showed her a small floating town underneath in the sewer-ish system of the capital. Soren, on the other hand, spent his 2 weeks working with Marvin and the factory with Unique, working with smithing tools and working with metal to, all get some money, but also learn a new trade. He's beginning his journey on becoming proficient with smithing tools. Hemnes also spent time at the factory, doing what he could in cleaning, while also being the more personal masseuse of the entire Kobold Legion that worked there as the worker army, and ended his time by giving Unique a key massage, and ended going pretty well. Unique wanted to thank Hemnes for doing all that he did to help the factory by taking them out on a date the following night. So I can't wait to see how that goes. During all this time, about the end of week 1, Chet's Nana finally arrived to the capital, as was promised, and they had a wonderful time with Nana, talking, learning about Chet's past, learning about Nana and Parthon. And Nana imparted wisdom upon them, as well as the promise of seeing into the divination power within her about their futures. So that was an all-around good time. Nana did, though, come with a letter from Bella for Chet. And in this letter, Bella explained that she was sorry for everything that happened, and that she wanted Chet to have a happy life, and that let Chet know that her mind was slowly slipping. And Chet burnt the letter and said he was done with her. So kudos to you, Chet. Now, at the end of the 2 weeks, the group was invited to the Chaos Carnival, the one run by Tepesh that they saved along with the rest of the capital from the demonic poltergeist roulette. And while there, they had a grand time. They ate snow cones, they had fried food, they went and all but Soren got absolutely horrified at the haunted house area, where they fought roulette. And they participated in some of the carnival games, such as fighting a hydra, and whoever got the most points and survived long enough won a large vampiric bunny rabbit, a stuffed one, as well as did a rock smashing challenge-ish to hit a large boulder a far distance using semi-magical means to see who would hit the net the hardest, to which Soren, by the skin of his teeth, beat Pride, the almighty tiefling who was the ringer and runner of the game, to which Soren got a potion of fire giant strength for that. And he's the only one who'd ever beaten Pride at that game. The night at the carnival ended on a high and a low note simultaneously. The high note was that they had a contest for wild magic pie eating. And the Morena, Hemnes, Chet, and Soren all participated for free because that was part of the deal. Hemnes immediately was knocked out. Unfortunately did not roll that high and could not swallow the wild magic pie. Soren, Chet, and Morena powered on as more and more people in the contest began to fall out or be teleported out or turned into goats as Chet did, or turned into a potted plant like Soren did. Morena was the next to fall, then Chet, and finally Soren won. But midway through this contest, during using the wild magic, Chet himself went invisible, and then eating another pie began to be able to see things that were invisible. And during that moment, he saw a large floating eye staring at the group and staring at Morena. Understanding of what it was, he understood it was Ubrin who had sent it. And as soon as he was able to, he reappeared and attempted to get rid of it, but then ultimately banished it. Tried to polymorph, that failed, banished it. So it was gone, and immediately the group ran away to try and make sure that if the arcane eye did come back, it wouldn't be able to immediately follow them, and went back to the castle. Soren, who had won by eating a pie that sent him about 2.5 miles southwest of the city. So he had to run back and collect his modest 90 gold. That's pretty good overall. As they went back to the castle, Soren eventually regrouped with them and learned of the arcane eye that had been following them, and they discussed a plan for what to do, and the king suggested that they go and use the family summer home for a week while Parthon has an individual pretend to be Morena with a ring of mind shielding, so Ubrin would not be able to actually tell if it was Morena, just a person who looked like Morena using a polymorph potion based on Morena's hair. And the group agreed, and they were going to go for a week with Nana to the summer home. So all in all, the session went pretty well. There were a bunch of really funny moments, a bunch of highs. Go back and watch it if you didn't. It's a really good episode. I can't wait to see what they do in the summer home for a week with Nana. So that's all I have to say, and you can consider your history checked. Until next time.